Morning YouTube. Been a couple of weeks. Figure probably high time for me to get back to doing the batteries for the caravan. Interesting opportunity because now these things have sat for a bit. There is a little bit of voltage drift. I think it's not much, so I suspect it's just the internally they probably weren't balanced as well as they could have been, and so over a week seen some changes. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll pop the little charger back on them for a little bit. So what I've got there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. How have we ended up with an uneven number of batteries? Am I having a moment? No. Let me go and find the other one. I've misplaced the battery somewhere. I don't know where it is. Let me go and find that and I'll get started on, this is the second battery pack for the caravan. Then I've got to clean up the inverter and yeah, we'll go from there. Righto, battery's back together. It's been playing on my mind a little bit when I stuck the other one in, that I'm just expecting these batteries to sit in the cradle and not secure them down. I thought about maybe going to Bunnings and getting a Bunnings strap to strap them down. Bunnings is a hardware store in Australia, by the way. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's just a recipe for disaster. So there's another excuse, as much as my partner hates it, another excuse to go to the hardware store and buy a new toy, which I've done. So I've got a steel bender. I'm going to bend up a strap that goes down the centre of the batteries to the other side. I only need 3 of them per pack. It means I'll have to pull out the other pack that I've already put in the caravan, but it is what it is. So let's go and have a look at that bed. So I found this for 260 bucks. Score. I'm only going to use it once, but still. It's got a large radius, looks like a 25mm radius dyne at the moment, which I don't want. I want sharp radius bends, so I reckon I'll use that one, maybe. That's cool. It's got a bar bender as well. Probably swap it out for this one, I reckon. I don't have anywhere to mount it, so it's just sitting in the jaws of my vise at the moment. I'll get that bolt out, swap this over, go and measure up the straps, and make some straps off those. Chuck a quick bend on there. It's not quite 90, but that's okay. What I'm probably going to do is actually use this to sort of hold the wiring down in place. So I probably only need to bend about 30. What is that, you reckon? About there. Oh, that's not going to do. Need to put a mark on it. about there. So I'll go back. I think I put about 45 mil past the jaw on the bender. Let's roughly figure out how long this thing needs to be. So I want the join to be about there. I don't really want it to be too much more than that. So let me go and see. Let me go and see if that works. Barely see my scratch marks there, but yeah, there should do it, I reckon. So good. Hang on. So I'm about 3 mil past the line. I'm not really happy about. Let me just. Sorry, this is really awkward. Trying to use this handle and hold the camera at the same time. About there. Wind up this little doodad on the back. Pull this little pin out. How's that look? Probably a little bit overbent there, I think. That's alright. I'll bend it back out before I trim it down. Bring that in. Yeah, a little overbent, that's right. Give me one of these here. That's good, that'll be alright. Let's go and have a look. New ripper. That will be bang on. So I'll trim this down a little bit. My line there was almost perfect. I think I'll hack him off right where it is. And now all I've got to do is make 5 more. Happy. Right, so pre-drilled the holes in the end. I bent them on my little bender here. Could use some fucking bolts getting tightened up. Pretty happy with that, 270 bucks. Money well spent. So I'll basically sit these things where I want them, put a bit of pressure down on them, pre-drill the hole through the side, then I'll give them a lick of paint. I'm going to have to get someone to come and give me a hand to pull that front battery pack back out, so I won't be doing that today, but hopefully I can get the front one in, sorry, the back one in, and I'll never have to come out again. That'll be good. Now, something got lost in translation there, so I got a couple of millimeters either side of the new straps I didn't have on the old one. But that's alright, the bolts will pull that out when I do the bolts up. Alright, so popped a couple of holes in the rails, a little bit close to the bend, but that'll be alright I think. Righto, we've got some paint dry on these things. I was going to knock off for the day, but someone brought me beer, and beer is a good motivator, so 2 of the straps are in. Really disappointed in this bow that I got, but what we've done is we've packed some more foam under here to lock the batteries down. I can't see them going anywhere, so I mean, considering the fact we weren't even going to put any straps over it at all, like, I think that'll be all right. It can't realistically go anywhere, so I'm happy with that. We're going to slide it under the caravan in a minute, jack it up, and then get the other one out. Alright, second one. This one's going to be a hard one because got all these pipes to try and avoid. So, same as last time. Try and lock that in. Then go. We're going to go further in. Probably not going to work like that. I might have to wait until got a mate here at the moment. I might get him to give me a hand. That's once he's done destroying it. Right, well, that's the second one in. This one's got the straps on. The one up the front there does not. Dazza, can you let the jack down for us? Just let it down slow, mate. I haven't got all the bolts in, but that should be enough to hold it up, so just let it down in case it wants to fall out, which I hope it doesn't. No, we're good. Yeah, clear it out, man. Sick. That fits. Man, that is such a tight squeeze with all this pipe work around today. Excellent. Right, I haven't put the locking nuts on this yet, but here's our two terminals. Hey Daz, can you pass me the multimeter, mate?
Yeah, okay.
I've got to double check, make sure this thing's actually working. So, right, so pop this little thing onto, yep, 200. That will do. It hasn't got a little safety, it does. So there's one terminal. God, how do I get that off? Come off, you bugger. This is hard to do with one hand. Fuck it. Just hold it on. We've got 54 volts. Happy as a pig in shit. So I've already checked the midspan wire. The midspan wire is working properly. So I've got a midspan wire on the front one, midspan wire on the second one. Conscious that over the length of the wire there's going to be some voltage drop, but I'm confident that it won't be enough. There's no current going over it, so I don't think it's actually going to impact the measurement. I didn't put the Deutsch plug on. I'm really kicking myself for that. It was too long between drinks, and we had planned to put Deutsch plugs on these things so we could individually balance each battery, or at least each triple set of batteries, but haven't done that. I might do that again later because I want to take these out and put covers on them. So anyway, this one's got the extra bolts in the side because it's got the straps. Front one doesn't, so we'll work on dropping the front one down with the intention of putting the straps on. We're going to try and do that under the caravan. Next thing I can do, happy fucking days, is run the cables up the front. I'm not sure yet if I want to stick the inverter under the bed, or we don't use the washing machine, and the washing machine's under here, so we could potentially put the washing machine, or we could replace the washing machine with the inverter, but that will diminish the capacity of the caravan, which I'm not so happy about. So at this stage, inverter's going up the front underneath the bed. I should have enough cable here now to do it, so I'm going to I'll run it in conduit in these little holes in the C channel, and we'll go from there. I'm thinking maybe putting a bus bar somewhere in the middle and having the two batteries come back and meet it, and again, conscious there's going to be voltage drop across the lines, but I'd prefer to have the same amount of voltage drop from the battery in the front and the battery in the back, and charge them both consistently with even sort of travel on the cables, but we'll see what happens. If I do what I'm intending to do, I should be able to get a battery monitor on the rear pack and the front pack and actually have two separate battery monitors, but I'm going to try and figure out how that integrates with Victron. But that'll do for the time being. Cheers for watching. Just want to point out there's at least 113 amps outside. Oh yeah, that double-sided tape did not hold that screen in. At least 100 amps outside, so I reckon that must make it beer o'clock at least.